Hello, everyone. This is Reddit 9 to 5, and I'm bringing you an episode of Am I the Butthole? So, the first title is Am I the Butthole for buying my niece a band gift? I'm a 30-year-old female, and my niece Lily just turned 5 last weekend. My sister and her husband, 32 female and 33 male, invited me to Lily's birthday party a few weeks ago, and of course I accepted. Lily is not into stereotypical girl things at all. Barbies, dollhouses, princesses, the color pink, she hates all of it. Right now, what Lily loves more than anything is dinosaurs. My sister hates that Lily likes boy things, and I've fought with her on multiple occasions about this. Who says girls can't like dinosaurs? Dinosaurs are awesome. Anyway, the week before Lily's birthday, my sister texts me a list of banned gifts. And of course, on the list was dinosaurs. I knew that if every guest got the same list I did, Lily was going to have a miserable birthday filled with presents she was going to hate. I couldn't bear the thought of seeing her so upset on her own birthday, so when I went gift shopping, I completely ignored the list and bought her a pretty cool dinosaur toy set. Birthday comes along, Lily is having fun with all her little friends, and the adults are out back enjoying some drinks. All is good. Cake comes and goes, a very pink cake with flowers that Lily grimaced at when she saw it. I thought her reaction was funny. My sister did not. And then it's present time. I will say, for a 5-year-old, Lily is very good at hiding her disappointment. She opened up toys like Barbies, tiaras, and magic wands and was extremely gracious about it. Then she got to my gift and just couldn't contain her excitement. She ran up and hugged me and said she loved it. Now, some of the parents of the kids that were invited were confused. I thought that was banned, and my sister was fuming at what I'd done. After presents, the kids went off to go play with them, and I saw Lily opening up her dinosaur set from me. A dad of one of her friends came up to me and asked me why I'd gotten that for Lily if it was on the banned list. So I explained that Lily doesn't really like stereotypical girl toys, but my sister refuses to let her play with what she actually likes. The dad went red in the face. I think he and his wife got her a princess something, but I assured him that it wasn't his fault. He couldn't have known. Well, word of my conversation spread, and now my sister is pissed at me for making her out to be a terrible mother. I don't think she's a terrible mother. I mean, Lily is super polite and gracious for a 5-year-old. I just don't understand why she can't let her daughter play with things she actually enjoys. But now, all the parents at Lily's party think she's controlling and weirdly fixated on this, and my sister claims I ruined her credibility with the other parents. I never meant for it to escalate the way it did. It was just an explanation to a confused parent. So, am I the butthole? Edit to add, people are asking what was on the banned list. Trucks, cars, Hot Wheels, a former interest of hers, dinosaurs, superheroes, robots, anything that involved assembly, robots and space stuff, anything science related, really. Hey OP, so to start off, I'm really glad you decided to ignore the list and give your niece that gift. I'm sure it made her whole day for her to know that someone actually paid attention to what she wants and likes, especially when it's clear her mom is forcing her to act within those ridiculous gender stereotypes for little girls. Every person is different, and all a kid wants at that age is to be acknowledged, especially on their special day. Outside of this, I'm sure your sister is a great mother, just like you say, but when it comes to your niece's interest, your sister is being a total butthole and needs to realize that just because she's raising a daughter doesn't automatically mean she's going to like girl stuff, and she needs to respect that. Overall, I'm giving your sister 1.5 out of 5 buttholes, and I'm giving you and Lily 0 out of 5 buttholes. Hopefully, your sister can take this as a learning experience and lets your daughter be who she wants to be. Otherwise, I only see her relationship with her get worse as the years go on. On to the next story. Am I the butthole for kicking my sister out of my house after she laughed at my husband for having breast cancer? My husband, John 41, was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer August of this year. It had been very hard for us. John had difficulty accepting the diagnosis as he couldn't believe a man can have this type of cancer. He felt embarrassed and isolated. It also took a toll on my mental health, and I was diagnosed with depression. Last Saturday, we invited our family to share the unfortunate news. It took us a while to come to this decision, and we both agreed that telling them about our circumstances can help us accept our situation. So, after dinner, when John told everyone his diagnosis, both our parents empathized and offered their support to us. My mother in law was crying, and me and John comforted her. My younger sister, Judy, 26, made a joke. She said, maybe the cancer cells got confused because you have huge man boobs. Dad called her out and I took her to the kitchen. I told her that she was being insensitive and cruel to make a joke about my husband. She said I'm blowing it out of proportion as she was just trying to lighten the mood. I got angry with her because instead of apologizing, she made excuses and called me too sensitive. I told her to get out of my house and I won't be talking to her anymore unless she apologizes to me, and especially to John. Am I the butthole for kicking her out? She had to leave alone at 10 p.m. She called an Uber because she came with her parents who were still in the living room at the time. When my mom learned I kicked out Judy, she got upset and told me I overreacted. I said her joke is unacceptable and I will only talk to her after an apology. Hey OP, so you're definitely not the butthole here. What your sister did was rude and totally uncalled for. People die from cancer. It's a serious subject and it can be traumatic for any normal person. It's bad enough that she decided that was the time for a joke when it clearly wasn't, but to make such a demeaning and crass joke and then not apologize when you rightly point out how insensitive she's being and double down instead? Yeah, she's totally the butthole, and I'm giving her 2.5 out of 5 buttholes. There's a time and place for jokes, but you can't just say, it's just a joke, bro, and then pretend like it's no big deal. I really hope you guys can move past this and that she learns from this, but she definitely has some growing up to do before that happens. And on to the last story. Am I the butthole for asking my GF not to eat so much? I know the title sounds bad, but this is a pretty specific situation, so please hear me out. I, 26-year-old male, have been dating a woman who we'll call Ashley, 26-year-old female, for about 3 months. Ashley grew up financially well off and relatively privileged, and it has been a point of friction in our relationship with her not understanding or grasping the level of poverty I and my family grew up with. It is also relevant to the story that Ashley is a heavier person and is very vocal advocate for body positivity and will very assertively stand up to anyone fat shaming herself or others. The other person who is relevant to this story is my grandma, 70. My grandmother is a wonderful woman, but she is both very proud and very broke. She likes to have us over for dinner and is a very excellent cook, but financially she can't really afford it. She refuses to take any money from me or anyone else and won't let anyone bring food, saying it's her responsibility to take care of the family. She also takes offense if you turn down the invitation. About a month ago, she had dinner with her and Ashley and liked the food so much, she went back for second and third large portions. This is not typical in my family. We all take a single small portion, as the leftovers are what my grandmother has to eat for the week. So Ashley taking more meant my grandmother didn't eat for the next couple days. After the dinner, I explained this to Ashley and she was shocked. I tried to bring my grandmother food, but she refused the charity out of pride. My grandmother has invited us to dinner again this weekend. Before we go, I tried to have a discussion with Ashley, reiterating that my grandmother's financial situation and asking that she try to only take a single smaller portion so my grandmother can have the food for the week. I said we could go eat again after the meal if she was still hungry. Ashley got very angry at this and said she will not be shamed for her eating, she will not limit her food, and that no one other than her decides when she's had enough food. She also said I was fat shaming her. This whole ordeal has highlighted a lot of incompatibility issues, and I don't know if the relationship is going to last, but just want some other opinions on if I'm the butthole. Am I the butthole for asking my girlfriend to limit her eating? A lot of people are asking why I didn't tell my girlfriend before the first meal. To be frank, I didn't think of it. It hadn't occurred to me that someone would go to someone else's house and eat 2 days worth of food in a single sitting. I've gotta admit, OP, when I read the title, I thought, this guy is probably some shallow, chauvinistic butthole overly concerned about his girlfriend's figure. But you proved me wrong. To be honest, you sound super reasonable given the situation, and it seems like your girlfriend is unable to rationalize that not everyone else can just dump money on food like she can. If your girlfriend can't learn to understand that other people have limited budgets and to respect her situation for what it is, then I would have to agree that there's no saving your relationship with her. I'm giving OP 0 out of 5 buttholes, and I'm giving the girlfriend 2 out of 5 buttholes. She's being really inconsiderate here, and it's having a clear negative effect on your grandma's food situation. And that's it for Am I the Butthole? This is Reddit 9 to 5, and if you enjoyed this content, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a really good story of Am I the Butthole? Be sure to leave it down in the comments below, and I may just share it in my next video. See you later.